the next key service that we look at is MySQL Heatwave. It's a new service from Oracle. And what exactly is a Heatwave? So Heatwave is an in-memory query accelerator developed for Oracle MySQL Database service. It is a massively parallel, hybrid, columnar query processing engine with state-of-the-art algorithms for distributed query processing, which provides very high performance for queries. So you can think about MySQL Heatwave. It's actually used for fast analytics across databases and object storage, right? So MySQL Heatwave Lakehouse actually enables users to query 0.5 petabyte of data in object storage. It's that powerful, right? And to understand MySQL Heatwave, it's quite important to know that it is actually integrated into the MySQL database service. So don't think that MySQL Heatwave is something separate or it's a separate service. It is tightly integrated with the MySQL database service. So if you are actually provisioning a MySQL database service within OCI, you are actually getting the Heatwave. So Heatwave is not a separate service, but integrated into MySQL database service. Always remember that. You get a massive performance boost because it's all works on the principle of parallelism. Heatwave, as it says, it promises to increase the MySQL performance by orders of magnitude for analytic queries without any application changes, which is very important. And here are some graphs that Oracle has actually shown. And if you see that they have actually compared to an Aurora system, which is on Amazon Aurora database. And if you look at it, they're showing that a query that was taking 2.5 hours takes 6.3 seconds in MySQL Heatwave, which is 1400 times faster. So it says Heatwave is 1400 times faster than Amazon Aurora. So it's a massive performance boost with MySQL Heatwave. And it does have machine learning capabilities. So if you see, MySQL Heatwave comes with MySQL Autopilot, which is all based on the machine learning based automation. So if you are talking about stages like the system setup, loading of the data, query execution, and even failure handling, it's all taken care of by the MySQL Autopilot. So you don't have to, or you as a DBA don't have to do any manual tasks to perform any of the data loading, query execution, or failure handling. It's all done by the MySQL Autopilot because it has all the database machine learning capabilities. And yes, it does provide real-time analytics by leveraging a unique in-memory hybrid columnar store. So very important, it is in-memory hybrid columnar store. So it is the data is actually stored in the form of columns, because in RDBMS normally the data is stored in the form of rows, but with in-memory the data is actually stored with the columns. And you can think about it as the columns, you can easily compress those columns as well, right? Because there will be like similar or like kind of data, right? So, and this helps with massive parallel processing, which provides real-time analytics. And it's very cost effective. Now, if you compare the, let's say running a MySQL service on Amazon AWS, or running a MySQL service in, say, Azure, you will figure out that if you're running MySQL service in OCI, it is much more cost effective. Now, again, they have given a comparison here. If you're talking about, say, in Amazon, it is $67,000. That would be half the price. Almost you will be paying $34,000. So you are getting more performance, better security, better analytics, better performance boost, but by paying much less. As Larry always says, you get better performance, but at a lower cost. So it is a cost-effective solution, and which if you compare to the traditional analytics solutions. And as we said, the Heatwave is actually based on a concept of clusters. So you can always add or delete nodes. So if you want more performance, Or if you want to scale up, you can obviously add more nodes to the cluster, which allows you to handle larger data volumes and more queries as well. Now, I think I've repeated myself several times. Any database service that is running in OCI by default will have data at rest encryption and data in transit encryption enabled. You don't have to do anything. It's all managed by default. And quite an important point, it is a fully managed service. So it's not that you are installing MySQL, you are creating a database, all that stuff. It is all managed by Oracle. Oracle is even handling its patching, the backup, the updates that are always happening, and the service is always up to date. So you don't have to worry about any security patches because they are all applied by Oracle automatically. And the good news is, and it actually came as a surprise to AWS, looking at these graphs, where if you can see that it was 1400 times faster. And you know what AWS and Oracle decided? AWS decided that MySQL Heatwave would be available on OCI and AWS as well. So this was more of an OCI service, but it is actually available in AWS and Azure. So just think about it, that it is such a powerful service that other cloud vendors are now reaching out to Oracle and asking that, can you please provide us this service so that we can run on our platform? So very important, MySQL Heatwave is available on OCI, on AWS, on Azure. And obviously, if you are running a dedicated region, which is a cloud within your customer's data center, then you can have a MySQL Heatwave service within OCI dedicated region as well. So a MySQL Heatwave, remember guys, is a cluster which is composed of MySQL instance and multiple Heatwave nodes. Thanks for watching.